Welcome back to today's video. I'm playing Saints guys. In today's video, we're going to be expanding our suburbs a bit and also adding in some farms industry. So will be the first proper industry we will be making in this city, but that we'll talk about later. First, start off by adding in our highway exit. I know I said we probably wouldn't be doing our one, but I figured might as well do a little tiny one here. Just because. Well, there's nowhere near any highway exits to this, and there's a bunch of people here, especially with the new farm industry. There's tons of trucks coming in and out of this area, so it just gives us better connectivity to the rest of the city and also the outside world. So, yeah, and it didn't really take up much space either, so it's fine. But then I put in 2 hotels and some more commercial, and also some more tourism stuff. While I did start to separate stuff out, at least over here in the suburbs. Here I just did more bigger stuff just because it's right near a highway exit, so there would be a little bit more economic growth compared to the rest of the whole area that's around here. And then that little concrete pad, I just was trying to find something that would fit, but eventually I couldn't, so just left it a little concrete area there. And I looked at our hotels, also moved around our bus line a bit just to make it flow a bit better, and then I continued with our low density residential, and I purposely separated the houses a bit more. Like I said, there would just be more higher density stuff around this highway exit, and that everything's very close together. But once you start to get away from that, especially with residential buildings, stuff will start to separate out a whole lot more. But I just continued expanding our roads out. Pretty much just did grids, but also weren't grids, so that makes sense. They weren't straight grids, but you know what I mean. And then because our offices want more business, I just added in some offices and stuff in here. And we'll just bring more jobs. And I also added in a little parking deck just for all the businesses and stuff around this part of town. And then to start off with our farm here, we will be doing 2 farms, but this will be a little bit of a smaller one. So near where I live, there's a bunch of farms, but they're kind of just in the middle of the suburbs and everything around here. So I just wanted to kind of copy that with this, and so I just built a farm just kind of just in the middle of everything. This was probably here a whole lot before everything, but stuff is just kind of built around it. And the farm might become a little bit bigger, but in the end, it just kind of got built around everything. Just got built around it, and well, it just continued being there. But this is a nice little orchard here. It's supposed to grow only oranges. I put in some parking, then also some maintenance and other bonus buildings, and also some places to store our crops. But yeah, this is our first full industry in the city. But I'll talk a bit more about the bigger farm that does cotton, because it's a very huge farm. And then, like I was saying with that highway exit where it's more higher density stuff, it's also mostly commercial there, but also along the highway I did mostly commercial too, to help block out noise for our residents, and also because, well, you're right along the highway, so you would have your businesses and stuff there just a whole lot better for the business economically there compared to a home or something like that. And then I also put in some more of these sidewalk restaurants and cafes that came with the Hotels and Retreats DLC. They look really nice, and I just love the path that's on them, so I just did that just to make a little makeshift park in here. And then I also, of course, need to put in post and healthcare. And the next episode, or at least the next time I work in this area, I will need to put in some more services. I did put down temporary police and fire, but because this area is starting to get a whole lot larger, we will need to put in our fire and police station. But that's something we'll save for the next episode, and I just continued putting in a bunch of residential, but I made sure it was very separated. And then I got to work on our farm. And so this farm, I wanted to kind of be separated from most of the stuff, but because of space constraints, we couldn't really do that, because we're right along the border of the map. So yeah, and like I said, it is a cotton farm, so I did cotton in all the fields. Figured I might as well do that because we're in the south. Cotton was farmed historically in the south mostly, so I just figured might as well do that. Then I also put in some storage buildings for it, all sorts of maintenance stuff, and barracks for our workers here. And this was the main reason why we had horrible traffic, is that tons of trucks are coming to import crops into these because they don't work how they probably should be. But it's fine, because we eventually got it to work out in the way we wanted. But yeah, I pretty much just continued doing fields, made sure in like a grid pattern, and made sure everything had power and stuff. And yeah, that's about all I have to say. But this is the first fully large operation for the Industrials DLC, and I do hope to put in more farms in the future as we expand outside our city and more into suburbs. That was my main plan with the outside parts, and then also some more forestry industry, but that will be not for a long time, the forestry industry, because we're nowhere near trees yet. So yeah, we'll need to wait up on that. But yeah, that's about it. No, that's all I have to say. I'm kind of just yapping until we can get to the end, but this is it. Do hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't, just like and subscribe, and here's Fellow Products. I hope to see you next one. Bye!